we heard this really loud sound, like a bomb had exploded or something. And then all of a sudden, the train was derailed, was just moving, came out of the track. Yeah, it was just moving. All the luggages were falling down. The train wanted to fall down. Was just moving on the gravels, and then all of a sudden, gunshot. I didn't even know it was gunshot because I don't think I've heard gunshot before. It was just some loud stuff. And then the people next to us were like, go down, it's gunshot. So my friend here, Abida, she actually pushed me down. She pushed me down. We now went down and then covered our head, and we didn't really come up. And all of a sudden, there was this guy, he was running. He didn't really know where to hide because everyone was just confused on what to do. So the bullets kept coming. So he lied down beside me on the floor. I think it was his way of taking cover because he was like flat down. But then one of the bullets hit him. Yeah, it hit him. And all of a sudden, one of the people on the coach, he started shouting, Why haven't you switched off the light? Why haven't you switched off the light? They have advantage over us. They are seeing us and we are not seeing them. He's referring to the bandits. So I don't know. I think he went and asked them to turn the light, or he did it himself. I really can't remember, but we were in total darkness. The light went off. So that guy that was shot beside me, he was seeing what was happening because he was in the center. So he was seeing the other coach, the other doorway, and he was also turning to see the other doorway. So all of a sudden he started running. Like he picked himself up and he started running with all the blood and everything. So we followed him. And we were like, if this guy is running for his life, what are we still doing here? So we followed him. We crawled over some luggages. We thought we were actually marching on other people to move to the next coach. We didn't even realize we were marching on dead bodies. So we went to the next coach. Then we found a place on one of the seats. Like we didn't really.
Where are you crawling to? Inside the coach? Or?
Inside the train. We didn't go out. We just said, okay, we know normally if there is an attack and they want to carry people, their first place they will go is definitely the VIP, because that's where they will think they will have people, rich people or something. So we wanted to go back to economy. That's why we were crawling and moving to the next coaches. And then our coach, there were like not plenty people. So we just thought if anything is going to happen, we're not plenty. So we needed to go back to where there is a lot of people so that we can at least take cover and be in with people. So that's why we left. Even where we went to the other coach, they were still shooting. Like a lot of people in the other coach were hit. So it was just a miracle that we are still alive. Later on, when we came back to take our bags, we realized that they even searched the bags and everything. Like we were under the seats for over 2 hours.
Now between what time and what time?
I think it was around 8 something to around 10 something. Around 8 something to around 10 something. Like we couldn't even move because I was on top of somebody and someone was on top of me. And I was on top of one man. I don't even know, I can't even remember him. But I was on top of him for 2 hours. And my friend here, she was on top of me. And another guy, one old man was on top of her too. Like we stayed there. We weren't even moving. We just stayed there for hours. It was only when they said, okay, the soldiers are here for rescue. We didn't even want to come out because we thought it might be fake soldiers. But we still remained there until we were sure that it was actually real soldiers. They started carrying people that were hit to give them like emergency treatment and stuff. So that's when we came out. When we were down there, like you hear people screaming, bullet has hit me, bullets in my stomach, bullet on my leg. Like people were literally screaming. It was terrible because we couldn't help them. Like the bullets were just coming. They were just hitting everybody. It was just random. It was just random. When we went back, after everything was sorted, we kind of the rescue team came, and then we were about to leave to enter the bush. So the soldiers were telling us that if we have any valuables like ID cards and stuff, we need to carry them because we might not see our belongings again. So we told them that our bags are in the first coach that we left. He now escorted us back there to carry the bags. When we went there, like we were just lucky to have left. Like we heard that they packed everyone that was there. It's either you are dead or they have taken you away. Even our bags that we left there, they have searched and carried all the men. Carried everything. It was terrible. We could hear them, their voices. They would just be shouting.
Shouting like what?
Like screaming, Allahu Akbar. Like they were doing something good. So I feel it's I don't know how they think.
How do they look like, and what ages do you
I
think they are?
can't remember how they look like, but someone said that he saw they looked like Oyibo children. So they were like fair and they were not more than 19. So I didn't really see them. I thought what the people we were seeing were actual soldiers or police running around trying to stop them from coming in. We didn't really realize it was the bandits that were roaming around. Really, it was more than 3 hours. Like these people had the time to search through our bags. They had that time. They had time to pack so many people. They had time. Like we were under the seat for over 2 hours. And when the rescue team came, they directed us. So there was this 2 hills. Our coach was in between those two rocks, more like mountains, small mountains. So they helped us up on top of the mountains, and then we started walking. We walked for over 1 hour inside the bush before we now came to the main road, and we stayed on that road for over an hour before buses now came and took us back to Kaduna. But it's a little bit far from Kaduna, so I can understand maybe the buses were still on their way. Because we walked really long and then we stayed on the street for over an hour before they now came. But then we were working with the securities. They were all over. They were even helping people. They really did try. You can't tell me that you don't know how to do your job. We do. So if they are willing to do it, they will do it. They just prioritize what they think is a priority. They just prioritize what they think is a priority. Like seriously, the airport was hit. The train that was leaving for Abuja on that same night was shot at. And then they let another train came from Abuja to Kaduna without extra reinforcement, without a standby rescue team or whatever. Like seriously? And then the following morning, the same people were operating at Kaduna and Abuja Expressway for 4 good hours. And you're telling me that whatever. So they just prioritize what is important to them. And it's obviously not people's lives. It's obviously not people's lives. Because if our lives were a priority, like they could have come in time. They could have come in time. They could have put in extra reinforcement on those trains. We are on our own. It's only God that is protecting us. After what I went through, I told you the person next to me was shot, right? Just this morning, when we were checking our handbag, we saw a hole inside. So a bullet actually went through the handbag. So it was only God that protected us. What do you call it? The highway. Like, they have taken hundreds and hundreds of people. Even the airport now is not safe. So everywhere we are, in this country, we are not safe.